People who work the night shift, has anything weird / creepy ever happened to you at work? I work at an animal hospital. There is a cold room for all animals that were put down. It's like a butcher's fridge. One night I put a dog that a vet put down. When I closed the door, I heard an animal moving. Opened the door and no sound. Door knob to the bathroom, jiggled violently by itself. When I was there alone, no one was in the bathroom. Used to work night shift at a theater. Once my co-worker and I were cleaning separate theaters very late at night when customers were gone, and the only other employee there was our manager who was in his office upstairs. I walked out of the theater because I thought I heard my co-worker calling me, not frantic call, just like he wanted me to come help with some closing task. When I exit into the hall I see him running towards me and he says, "Are you okay? I heard you screaming." We never figured out what happened. Sometimes late at night I'd be cleaning the bathrooms when everyone had left, and the motion sensor towel dispensers would go off while I was nowhere near it. I was usually too tired to even care. And finally, one night I couldn't take trash out the usual way, so I had to go through the mall our theater was in. For some reason way more lights were off in the mall than normal. In the middle of the mall I got this feeling that something was watching me, so without thinking I stopped and stared into the darkness. The feeling got more intense, and I swear I thought I saw something move in the darkness. So I noped the hell out of there and hurried back to the theater. I used to work as a bartender in a historic boutique restaurant with attached hotel. That used to be a brothel during the gold rush in the 1800s. One night as I was closing up the restaurant and counting cash I could hear someone whistling a tune in the kitchen. I didn't think much of it because usually there is one last cook in the kitchen finishing up as well. The night auditor from the hotel pops his head in from next door and says, "Crap, I forgot to order my dinner. Is anyone in the kitchen that could make me a sandwich or something?" I told him yes and continued to close out my till. The hotel employee went back to the kitchen and swiftly came back asking where the cook was. I was baffled and said he has to be somewhere. "I just heard him whistling, unless that was you?" The night auditor said it wasn't him, but said he heard the same whistling and thought it was me. Weird. I went back to the kitchen to have a look around, even checked outside. There was no one there. I checked the employee time clock logs and the last cook clocked out 25 minutes prior, which in itself was peculiar, because we always said goodbye and announced we were leaving. All the hairs on my body stood up straight. The night auditor and I looked at each other, and I just shook my head no, grabbed my purse, and urged him to deal with the phantom whistler. The next day I asked the cook, who left without so much as a goodbye, why he didn't let me know when he left and told him about the creepy whistling. He turned pale and said he left in a hurry because he suddenly got the creeps and felt like someone was watching him. I worked there for over 10 years and this was the only time I'd ever been spooked in this building.